Things become interesting when you add the word super to it. From a mere man in a cape to a film at a theatre. From someone who owns the fashion ramp to someone who people worship. But when you see a streak of light across the night sky entering the Earth's atmosphere, you get this. The Royal Enfield Super Meteor 650. In this video, I'll tell you if this is a good motorcycle to ride. I'm going to talk about its comfort levels and finally tell you if this is a good motorcycle to buy in India. Welcome to PowerDrift. You know this setup. It's a familiar face in there. Is it a good one? Yes. Is it supersonic? No, not at all. Doesn't have to be. It can hold speeds up to 140 easily and cruise comfortably at 120 and literally do this all day long. And that's the whole point of this format, right? To slot in the 6th gear and chomp on those kilometers. The gearing sprocketing is also different because smaller wheel at the rear than the 650 twins. It feels nice, torquey, and you won't really find it to be sluggish as an independent motorcycle. Alright, let's talk about ride quality. Now listen, we are in Rajasthan where 90% of the roads are in super duper shape. But there are the 10% that are not so good. When you ride on super smooth tarmac, the Super Meteor 650 feels at home. This is what cruisers are meant for, aren't they? You know, hit a straight patch of road which is really nice and you will enjoy it the most. Unfortunately, I did encounter the bad bits as well. I did not ride it as much as I did on the good roads. But nevertheless, on the bad bits, the front feels very nice. The rear is not in sync with the front. And that could probably be because of the format that the Super Meteor 650 sits in. However, the lighter riders that were riding the motorcycle did not feel the way I felt with the rear shock. So maybe it's the weight of the rider as well. But personally for me, I did not like the setup at the rear. Second, the ergonomics. They had to get this right and they have hit the bullseye with this one. A cruiser format allows you to almost sink into the motorcycle and just have a relaxed ride. It also means less stress everywhere. My frame still feels slightly uncomfortable, but for the most, it should be nice and easy. I'm not a big fan of the standard seat here and felt the touring seat to be a whole lot better. I also feel Royal Enfield should have given the Deluxe wider, bigger foot pegs as standard. Third is range, and this factor is directly associated with the other 2 points that I spoke of. And it makes sense because one, the more comfort you get out of your suspension, the more comfort you get out of your seating position, the more time you will spend on the saddle. But when you finally decide to stop and refuel it, you will realize that your trip meter has clocked a lot of kilometers. And that's because this gets a bigger tank. Don't be surprised because this is not a commuter trying to be a tourer. This is actually a proper cruiser that's just doing its job. I know. I am getting to those points of concern. First up is ground clearance. Honestly, it's a similar story to that of the ride quality aspect. Here in Rajasthan, it's difficult to figure out if this ground clearance is going to cause a hindrance to your everyday riding, your cruising or your touring abilities. And that is something that I will address once I get this motorcycle back in my city for a full review. But here's something that I can definitely answer right now. And that's the second point of concern. Weight. Wait, let's not rush into this.
241 kilos, heavier than the 650 twins. Do you feel it? Yes, during U-turns you will. Getting it off the side stand? Yes, you will. Getting it on the main stand? Oh yes. But when you start riding it, nah, you will never feel it. In fact, it handles so bloody well. It's surprising, and I feel it's one of the stronger points in the Super Meteor's resume.
But there's more to this story. Cruisers also have a long wheelbase, but that's what makes them so stable on the highways. It's almost like a sacrifice that they make, but it works like magic for what this format is supposed to be and meant to do. Stable and planted, always. This is something that only a few will wear. And in some ways I can connect this to the Super Meteor 650. You know, for the longest time we toured on whatever we had in our garages. And with the introduction of ADV motorcycles, the touring game changed completely. For me, the Super Meteor is for that individual who is always looking for a big displacement modern day cruiser from Royal Enfield, a motorcycle that can do one job well. Personally, I'm not a big fan of this format, and I genuinely feel this motorcycle will do a lot better in global markets where the roads are so much better. It's simple to understand. It's not a massy product, it's a niche. So then even if the pricing was more expensive than what it is right now, where do you go looking for a true blue proper cruiser? If you still haven't gotten over Vivek Oberoi humming to a famous song, riding a cruiser, and want to replicate that today, I will suggest you two things. One, wear a helmet. Two, take a test ride. And with that, this is pretty much it from the beautiful state of Rajasthan. Thank you so much for watching. Please drop a like and let us know what you think about the Super Meteor 650. I will be back with some more motorcycles as always. My name is Varun Painter and I will see you later.